What is going on, guys? Miles here, and today we're going to be breaking down the Call of Duty 2017 World War II reveal livestream. Let's do this. If you guys haven't seen the raw uncut version of the World War II reveal trailer, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Definitely check it out before you watch this video, because I won't be playing the whole uncut version in this video. I'll just be playing parts in the background and talking about them, so make sure you check that out already if you haven't. The trailer starts off during D-Day, and I'm not sure if that's when the campaign itself will start, but this is quite an iconic moment in World War II, and it may be the first mission, or it may just be like a middle area mission for the World War II campaign. It was pretty awesome, and it definitely reminded me of the World at War campaign, which I'm pretty happy to see. There are a lot of tanks in the trailer, as you probably would expect from a World War II game, but I'm not sure if these are going to be exclusive for the campaign, or if you will actually be able to ride tanks in multiplayer as well as the campaign, which would be absolutely insane. You could do it in World at War, I think, on a couple of the maps, so it's going to be awesome if you can actually ride tanks in the game, but they may be a little bit overpowered. We see a really short clip from the first person view of a guy actually aiming down sights with, I think, is like some sort of assault rifle, maybe the M1 Garand, and it has a scope on it, which I think could be a red dot sight equivalent for World at War, because we may actually not see a red dot sight in World at War, because that is sort of modern technology, and this is obviously based around 1944 or so this could be the regular sight, which we'll be using a lot in multiplayer. We later on see this soldier who's walking around with a freaking flamethrower, burning everything down to the ground, which is super awesome. The flamethrower has got to be one of the most iconic weapons from World at War, because that thing was absolutely just a ton of fun to use. Hopefully it'll be in the World War II multiplayer as well as the campaign, but this trailer is pretty much exclusively the campaign, so a lot of these features may not actually be available in multiplayer, such as riding the tanks. And finally, we also get to see a bunch of our comrades who will be fighting alongside during the campaign, and we'll probably get to know them quite well actually, and form like a sort of bond with them over the campaign, so they'll probably be really significant with the story. But once the trailer had finished, they were doing a sort of Q&A style thing, where they were just giving us a bunch more information about Call of Duty World War II, and one pretty important bit of information is when the multiplayer reveal will be for Call of Duty World War II, which will actually be at E3 on June 13th to the 15th, and at that event we will be seeing the first ever look at Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. Along with talking about the multiplayer reveal, they do also mention some details about some multiplayer features which we haven't seen before in the Call of Duty. We have War, which seems to be a narrative-driven mode, which they didn't really mention much, but we just know it's going to be a thing in multiplayer. And we also have Divisions, which is a new approach to create a class, so that does sound pretty interesting as well. We also have Headquarters, which is a brand new social feature for Call of Duty, where you interact with fellow soldiers, so I can't wait to see more details on those features. So we've talked about two of the modes in Call of Duty World War II, and there is a third as well. They did mention a co-op mode, and it is going to be Nazi zombies, which it sounds absolutely awesome. That is the classic zombies, which everybody loved back in the day for World at War. And they'll be doing a similar take on it for Call of Duty World War II, and I'm actually really excited for this thing, because I was hoping they would actually do a sort of scary mode for zombies, which they are definitely intending, because one of the guys, I forgot his name, I think Glenn, he was talking about this zombies mode, and they're actually basing it on the horror theme, so it's going to actually be quite scary to play this game mode. And I think now they've actually completed the triangle of zombies in Call of Duty, because we have Treyarch zombies, which seems to be like the complex story-driven zombies. We have Infinite Warfare zombies, which is the chilling out, relaxing, and just headshotting zombies for days whilst listening to music. And now we have the Sledgehammer Games zombies, which is going to be based on horror, and I think this is going to be super fun to play, because the last zombies map, which sort of actually like scared me, must have been Mob of the Dead, which was absolutely ages ago. It is definitely one of my favourite zombies maps of all time. But heading back to the campaign, we did get some information about two of the missions which you'll be able to play in World War II. And the first one is called Hurtgen Forest. I didn't pronounce that correctly because it is a German word, and I have no idea how that language works. But we have a little description for it, which I'll read out now. And it says, an old growth forest on the German border where Allied forces engage in devastating encounters. In the heat of battle, the German army uses tree burst bombs that detonate at treetop level, showering soldiers with wooden shrapnel. When your unit is zeroed in on by that hostile artillery, the forest explodes around you as debris rains down. We also have some information about a mission called Normandy, which says, from inside the Higgins landing boat, your squad will storm Omaha Beach in a visceral audio-visual experience unlike any other D-Day landing experienced in a game to date. You and your fellow soldiers must overcome the enemy defense to serve as the tip of the spear for the Allied invasion. Both of those missions sound pretty sick in my opinion, and I think the Normandy one we actually saw in the reveal trailer is at the very start when you're in the boat heading onto the shore. I believe that is going to be called Normandy, which I think will be the first mission in the campaign, but we don't actually have an order for the missions so far. The only two weapons which are actually confirmed to be in World War II as of right now are going to be the M1 Garand as well as the STG-44. At least for multiplayer that is. We did see the flamethrower earlier, but that could be a campaign exclusive. I can't really tell so far, but it may also be available in multiplayer. Sledgehammer Games have actually changed up the campaign a crap ton because you don't actually automatically regen health in the campaign for World War II, which sounds absolutely crazy, right? Because that has been a thing in like every Call of Duty ever, aside from maybe like the realistic mode in Black Ops 3. But not being able to regen your health in this campaign is pretty interesting, although you can actually go up to medics in the game who are like squad members who will actually heal you up, and you don't actually get auto refilled ammo either, as you have also other squad members who you can request ammo from. And you might want to beware because these medics and people who give you ammo for your weapons can actually die in the campaign, which is pretty significant, right? Because if they all die, that means you're not going to be able to regen your health and you won't actually be able to get more ammo for your guns either. So that's going to be pretty insane, and you definitely want to look out for them. And as well as them dying, as well as not being able to get health or ammo, it'll actually have an emotional impact on your teammates as well, which will affect their dialogue and stuff. So there's a lot of attention to detail in this campaign, and I'm actually really looking forward to playing it. But that just about wraps up my breakdown of the Call of Duty World War II reveal live stream. Let me know what you think of this Call of Duty game down in the comments below so far, and if you found the video useful, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty World War II videos, but I'll see you guys in my next video.